we love a good Friday, we have to love a good Monday. It is very important to love both parts of the week. That's your inspirational message for today. Take it or leave it. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. How was your weekend? I would love to know. Golly, you guys, like living in Minnesota. Minnesota. Oh, I can hear my own accent. Living in Minnesota. I don't even know how to do that. It's like, summer is so amazing. So here we are. I got up this morning and I took a really nice long walk, and it's like humid and the sun is shining, and it's just my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year. So I kind of like humidity. I know I'm weird, and I can love it because I have air conditioning. So I'm aware of, how grateful I need to be of that. I saw somebody doing a reel about being in England, and they're like, listen, y'all in the United States, you are very, very lucky because you have air conditioning. We just have to sit and sweat because apparently they don't have air like we do. So let's get into it today. Every single day, Monday through Friday, every single week, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless I'm traveling or it's a holiday. I'm traveling this Friday, FYI. But we go live here and we talk about insulin resistance and how to turn it back around, how you can actually finally lose the fat that you've been looking to lose. Many of you get off of meds. Many of you like completely change your life around. And all of a sudden you have all of these non-scale victories just like pressing in on you, and you're so excited. You're tucking in your shirt, or you're traveling without swollen ankles, or you're doing all the things. For me, it's always getting down on the floor with my grandbabies. That's a big one for me. And if you do not know anything about my background, my dad died of type 2 diabetes when he was 63. I'm Italian, so hey, how you doing? And I'm telling you, that impacted my entire life. Everybody was obese. And that's being dramatic, but everybody was obese. Everybody was type 2 diabetic. Like, who wasn't? That was really more of my universe. And so I just kind of assumed that was going to be my journey too. And sure enough, 22 years old, pregnant with my first baby, gestational diabetic, it was showing up, baby. So bad. Like, so sad that is true. And I just kind of like accepted it. But then I turned 30, my dad is dead, and then I go on and I eat anything and everything that I want, all of my 30s, change sizes, like going up. And then by the time I'm in my upper 40s, I'm a 2X, and my mom is like, Kirsten, really? Like, what are you doing? Do you even go to the doctor? She'd be like, I was just wondering, do you ever get your sugars checked? I'm like, no. She's like, well, you should. And I'm like, I did not want to hear what they were going to tell me. So I was a total coward. And instead, I just spent time assessing my own body. I mean, I remember like looking, like I'd get a little sore on my leg, and I would like pay attention and, put colloidal silver and, whatever, because I didn't want to really know the truth, because my dad's legs, his sores never healed. He did a lot of Epsom salts. And when he died at 63, my mom ended up telling us that he was pretty close to having an amputation of some sort, probably a toe or something. So this is what we do. Last week in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, we did our 5-day challenge, and we do that every month. So I just want you to know, like, if you are new here, if you are new to this world, there is a track for you to run on. There is a blueprint that you can follow. There is an actual, like, noise-free, simplified, streamlined understanding of how you can stop taking the traditional advice that gets you fatter, more medicated, sicker, more frustrated, and you can like reject certain traditional pieces and take back your own health, because this was never meant to be a terminal diagnosis, ever. My dad did not die of anything terminal, and yet it was terminal. How does that work, right? I'm just saying. So today, what I want to talk to you about very specifically, the title today should have told you that right away, right? The hidden reason you are still bloated and tired, even if you are eating clean. So let's get into it. I'm so excited. I think I missed something. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. So I love actually talking about this particular conversation because this is really where a lot of people miss the boat just a little bit. I mean, including myself. Like, I do not ever talk to you and not talk to me. I'm talking to both of us at the same time. Okay. What I ended up doing was, because I started to view everything that I was eating and supplementing with through the lens of insulin resistance, that is how I lost 3 sizes in my 50s. I stopped listening to all of the marketing noise of all of the programs out there that give you jazz hands and tell you to buy $1,200 worth of prepackaged food that is still processed. And then you don't learn how to fish. Not interested. And that's what we talk about here a lot. So if you are feeling puffy, do you wake up and you're all puffy? You're sluggish, you're stuck. Let's talk about your lymphatic system and insulin resistance. There's a connection that you may not understand, and simple things that you can do. Simple, simple, simple. Okay. So if you ever feel like you're doing everything right, but you are still swollen, bloated, and barely losing a pound, like, I cannot lose a pound to save my life. Raise your hand in the comments. Raise your hand if that's you. This might not be about fat. It could be your lymph system literally screaming for help. Like, that's where this is all coming from. So, all right, what is your lymphatic system? Number one, your lymphatic system. It is your body's drainage system, like your internal trash collector. Number two, it clears out toxins, waste, inflammation, and excess fluid. Puffy, anybody? Like water in your ankles, water on your knee, feeling all like bloated, you're retaining water, right? But it doesn't have a pump like the heart. It needs movement to work. So it's not pumping, right? You actually have to move. You got to get up and move, okay? So this is why I go walking in the mornings, right? How it connects to insulin resistance. This is such an important conversation because, again, let's just go back to the reality that everything is freaking connected to insulin resistance. In my world, the trunk of the tree is insulin resistance, and everything else comes off of that. Every single branch, from leaky gut to high blood pressure and heart disease and gout and fatty liver and PCOS, and then you had your gallbladder removed, and that was probably also from insulin resistance, and then all the fat around your organs and the fat in your liver. Like, let's just stop the insanity. Turn back your insulin resistance. You can turn back your sizes. You can turn back your meds. You can turn back everything with this one thought process, okay? So if you have high insulin, you have chronic inflammation. Super frustrating. It overwhelms your lymph system. That's what's happening. Your chronic inflammation is overwhelming your lymph system. Stuck lymph means more inflammation, and it worsens insulin resistance. So here we go, round and round and round she goes, right? It's a vicious cycle that makes it hard to lose fat, especially in your belly. Especially in your belly. How many of you are like, oh, I'm so tired of shopping for jeans that do not fit. I'm so tired of having this belly fat. Where the heck did it come from? Insulin resistance. So let's turn this back, okay? So symptoms that you may feel if your lymph system is stagnant. All right, get out a pen. Just kidding. You don't have to get out a pen. You'll remember. But tell me which ones connect with you, okay? Tell me which ones make sense for you. Here we go. Bloating that doesn't go away. Anybody? Anybody? Number two, puffy face or fingers, especially in the morning. Number three, swollen ankles or feet. And by the way, let me know if you're on the replay. I forgot to say that. I'd love to know if you're on the replay. Let me know where you're coming in from. Swollen ankles or feet. Number four, always tired, even after sleeping. Number five, brain fog or headaches. Number six, you cannot lose weight no matter how clean you eat. And number seven, is that 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, is you're feeling heavy or toxic. You're feeling heavy or toxic. Got it? Okay. Those are the 7. So here are some real life scenarios for you. By the way, on TikTok, thank you for joining. Thanks for jumping in, you guys. I don't want to forget you guys. So if you do have a question or something, let me know. And I will promise to try to check. I feel like I always miss things with you guys. I don't want to do that. None of that. Come in from the balcony. We do this every day. And it is a really, really good way for you to listen. If you're sitting on somebody's content that is teaching you how to turn back your insulin resistance, do you understand how you're even just setting yourself apart from everybody else who's just binging on Netflix, or they're not doing, maybe not at 11 in the morning, I don't know, but people who are not paying any attention so that they can become their own advocate. You've got to give yourself credit for that. And you just implement a little bit at a time, and you can just make these huge strides. Be proud of yourself. So a real life scenario would look like something like this. You wake up with a puffy face and you can't get your rings on. You should be able to always get your rings on and off, right? And you should not have, if I eat too much dairy, and I'm not dairy free, but if I eat too much dairy, I'll find myself puffy under my eyes, and I'm like, because I can just, my body's like, can slow down your weight loss and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Not everybody responds, but that's for me, right? Number 2, maybe you're doing low carb and you're walking every day, but you're still feeling swollen and stuck. I hear this a lot from you. You often come into my inbox and you say, I feel like I'm doing everything right and I'm still so stuck. And I need to take things to another level. I need to actually move past this stuck feeling. I'm kind of done with the whole stuck piece. Or maybe by mid-afternoon, you feel like you are dragging, kind of like a weighted suit. Teresa, she says she has all of the 7. I understand, Teresa. I really, really do. You're not alone. You're so not alone. I've said this before. I wish that I could have you go back in time to when I was 50. I always put that up there on TikTok. Go back in time to when I was 50 and jump that timeline and go, wow, you were a freaking mess. Go, yes, I was. I never exercised. I mean, you guys have no idea. My default was set on couch potato. My sugar intake was set on high. I wasn't paying any attention. I wasn't oh, let's read ingredients on labels. That was not me. The only ingredient label that I probably read was on Metabolife. I'm like, why did they ban this? Dang it. Because it was ephedra, got banned. But I took that in my 30s because I thought that I needed to figure out how to boost my metabolism. And, it did. It suppressed your appetite. And it was great until people perished because of it. And they probably took too much. But anyway, so it got banned. And then Sudafed got put behind the counter at Costco. You know what I mean? You can't just go get ephedrine. You can't, blah, blah, blah. I digress. But I was not a label reader. I was not a mindful ingredient person. I was not an exerciser. I was none of those things. The fact that I get up and walk in the mornings is wow, you can teach an old dog, I'm 60 now, new tricks. You can. And I'm not in competition with any of you. I am in competition with myself every day because I'm visualizing what I want to be when I'm 80. Okay, let's keep going. What you can do to support drainage and insulin. Some of these are just super basic, you guys. You can do these. So number 1, move your body. But do not think that you have to have high intensity cardio. No, actually, sometimes that works against you when you're over 50. I hate to tell you that. But sometimes you're working out, you're thinking you have to beat your body into submission and do high intensity everything. And you might be raising your cortisol. So just very gently, you can be doing rebounding, mini trampoline, walking. That's my choice. Stretching. Your lymphatic system will not move if you do not move. Okay. So your heart has a pump, 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 pump. Your lymphatic system doesn't. So your lymphatic, your lymphs are, they're under your arms here. You can be, moving things underneath your arms. You can be doing gua sha on your face to get rid of the puffiness, draining it down your neck, right? You can be doing all of these things in order to be moving your lymph system, but then you have to move your body as a whole. Go walking, have a little mini rebounder that you're just jumping on as you're maybe, whatever, like multitask or something, to help you. Number 2, you have to hydrate, but you have to hydrate the right way. So sip water throughout the day, not all at once. I don't like religious, that's the wrong word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like to give people like such tight rules. It's like, does that really matter? Whatever. I just have a bottle on me. I just, I'm not thinking I'm only going to sip a little bit every, few minutes. No, I don't do that. I just keep water kind of going through me all day long, whatever. That's good. But you can add a pinch of like mineral salt or lemon to help the absorption. So, has anybody heard of like that Celtic salt? Or you can go get, I got to put that on my Amazon finds. LMNT, the electrolytes. I'm going to put that on my Amazon list. Sugar-free, I'll check prices. I'll see what the best prices are between salt tea and LMNT, element. There might be other sugar-free ones. I'll do the research for you and then I'll post it on my Amazon page. But doing electrolytes like that, drinking salty water a little bit, like all the time, really helpful. Really helpful. You're replenishing and you want to keep, you want your water to like absorb into your cells. Anyway, number 3, you can do dry brushing or lymphatic massage. So light brushing toward your heart before a shower. So you can go and get a dry brush, probably on Amazon. Maybe I'll go find one of those for you too. And you can be brushing up on your arms like this, up on your belly, up on your legs before you get in the shower, and then you wash off all of the dead skin cells or whatever. But you are literally beginning to move some of that lymph, okay? Gentle massage under your collarbones, like, like this. I don't know if that's gonna mess up my microphone. Gentle massage under your collarbones, your armpits, and behind your knees. Okay, I should do a video on this. Focus on your liver and your gut support. Personally, I take targeted supplementation for my gut and my liver. I talk to you about this all the time because it can help your detox pathways. So this is me all the time. How can I get my body to function a little better? I want to work smarter, not harder. Like that is literally my whole life, because remember, my default was set on couch potato. So I'm slowly learning, but also too, sometimes there are a lot of people, like I had a customer last summer, her goal was to get out of her wheelchair and be able to walk to her mailbox. So sometimes we can't get up and move as readily, as easily. So supplementation that's super targeted can really help that. You can clear your gut. You can have less burden on your lymph system. So remember when we talk about, and I'll bring this up here in just a second, when you guys, when I tell you guys about targeted supplementation here today, when we talk about like the gut primer, a lot of you are already using that. But it's moving impacted waste through your system. Move it through your system. Get your lymph system in a position it to be able to work better, smarter, not harder, okay? Now, when it comes to food, this is the one we talk about a lot, people. Ditch sugar, grains, and seed oils. Stop it. You're really making your body work so much harder. And when you are insulin resistant, remember, we view everything through it's Monday. Can you tell it's Monday? I probably haven't talked so much this weekend. That's not true, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, we view everything through the lens of insulin resistance. The food we put in our mouth and the supplements that we take. Insulin resistance. This is literally what changes everything. This is exactly what I did to lose my 3 sizes in my 50s. And you guys, that was after my cycle stopped. I'm just telling you, like, I'm only bringing to you my entire journey so that you can then duplicate it. And then you guys have like taken it and like crushed my results. Like, you guys are way more amazing than I ever was. I'm just telling you, like, it took me 3 to 4 years just to change out my foods. So don't ever feel bad. Just know that, you have to like celebrate your journey and like give yourself incremental rewards as you go. Just keep going. Anyway, ditch the sugar, grains, and seed oils. Add more leafy greens, wild salmon, turmeric, and ginger. Okay, things like that. Just get that concept in your brain, especially the leafy greens. Like, and that's where I'll talk to you about the gut primer, because those are actually then fermented greens, which are super absorbable into your system. But especially if you have not, had a gallbladder for a while and your liver is taking the burden of not having had a gallbladder, boy, oh boy, I'm telling you, you can make a huge difference with something even just as simple as a gut primer. You can make such a huge difference. All right, then you can add lymph supporting nutrients, magnesium, milk thistle, turmeric, lemon water in the morning, simple things like that to detail the engine of your body. Detail the engine of your body. This is the biggest piece of it all, is that you are not broken. You are not lazy. I mean, you might have a default that's a little couch potato-esque. So did I. But listen, you're thinking that you're just a loser at the process, and that's not true, and your body is not broken. Remember, this is not a terminal diagnosis. They just don't give you any good answers. They're just super lame. The matrix is super dumb at helping us with this. That's why we have to help each other out. Remember, I'm not a doctor. I'm just your girlfriend. Like, let's have some coffee and chat about this. Because listen, if we don't do this for ourselves, ain't nobody gonna do it for us. Who's doing this for us? Who's actually giving you good advice? I did a reel the other day that they're basically lying to you. If you're a type 2 diabetic, and not everybody on here is, anyway, they're telling you can have 45 to 60 gram carbs a day. No, a meal. It's like 150 a day. I'm sorry, what? They're lying to you. You can do that if you want to stay medicated. You and I, we have to take back our own health, okay? So when I talk to you specifically about, good morning, Patty, sweet lady, right back to you. Good morning. When I talk to you about supplementation, so this is the deal. Not everybody wants to accelerate what they're doing right now, and that's okay. You don't have to be somebody who is trying to accelerate, somebody who's trying to go faster. But for those of you that actually, you are motivated to take action right now. You are motivated because, well, it could be a million reasons. Some of you reach out to me and you say, I have got to avoid the meds that were just recommended to me. Or some of you, and I don't make claims, I'm just saying that I'll give you a route that potentially could really help you in your endeavors, right? Some of you are like, I've got to get off of this because I can't handle the side effects. Some of you are like, I have a wedding coming up and I'm the mother of the bride or the groom, and I just cannot handle the size that I'm in. I feel like I'm eating clean. I feel like I get up and I go walking in the morning, excuse me, but I can't lose a pound. I can't seem to change my size. Like, how do I do this so that I can make a difference? So even though I have become, since my lame days of not doing anything, I've become somebody who's really targeted my supplementation. And I try to keep it as simple as I can for you guys. I probably need to take it to another level of simplicity. Not gonna lie, because I have found myself, like, you know how you get used to doing something, like you learn how to speak a new language or whatever, and then you forget where you started from. You forget how hard it was maybe on your brain when you started. Well, this is kind of changing out your food ingredients and learning how to become somebody who is a routine supplementer. It's kind of like learning a new language. So I'll try to keep it I'll keep it to the 3 pillars today, of course. But even when it comes to like my website and stuff, I probably need to streamline it even more. Anyway, I'm just speaking out loud. Just we're chatting. I'm apparently an external processor today. So the first thing that I started with, and it helped me with losing all 3 of my sizes. All 3 of my sizes was the trio. 3 ingredients inside of 3 supplements that help with insulin sensitivity. So remember when we just talked about milk thistle and turmeric, trace minerals, doing the things, giving your body the raw materials that it needs. So you can help your sugars and your insulin to come down, along with your appetite and your sugar cravings. That's this one, a little bit of OZ, if you know what I mean. A little bit of natural OZ, EMP. You know what I mean? This one is for your liver, because if you don't get first of all, if you don't get your insulin down, you can't burn a pound. If you don't get your liver to function higher, you can't burn a pound. And then this is for your metabolism. So the 3 of them together, this is what I've done. This is super simple. This is not hard. 3 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day. I'm just telling you. Doesn't get more streamlined than that, but it's actually detailing the inside of your body, just like you detail a car. It's like a mechanic going in there and going, okay, you're kind of low on this fluid, but yet you need to change this filter. And you know what? You lost a little nut and a bolt over here, and we're going to put that back on. That's what it's like doing to the inside of your body, okay? But then the second, that's pillar number 1. All 3 of these together, I call the total body reset. These are the ones that I have sourced. These are the ones that I have used, and these are the ones that I have sourced for my own journey, and then I hand them to you. And some of you take 1 pillar, some of you take all 3. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish. The second pillar is the gut primer and a probiotic. And the gut primer, good question, Cindy. So Cindy says, well, see, now I'm not a doctor, Cindy. So that's a good question. I think that, because she's saying she's had cancer and she's had lymph nodes taken out. That doesn't mean that, and this is me in my own brain, okay? So just that you understand, we're just girlfriends here. In my understanding, that would be like you haven't had everything taken out and you still have a lymph system. So yes, maybe even more so needing to support your lymph system and to get it going. The answers are always going to be the same: movement. Making sure that you're drinking water that can absorb into your system better with maybe a little bit of salt, or not over-the-counter Morton crap, none of that, like Celtic salt or sea salt, like an electrolyte. And we always want sugar-free electrolytes because we are insulin resistant and we want to not spike our sugars and call on insulin, things like that. But those things that I just went through, and if you just jumped on, you can always go back and watch the replay. But all the things that naturally I said that you could do, you could absolutely be doing for the lymphatic system that you have, because you still have a lymphatic system. So I hope that helps. Julie, loose nut behind the wheel, we used to say. That's really funny. Yes, that's exactly right. So the gut primer, oh, this is so good, you guys. And then a probiotic. You have to replace the good bacteria. But the gut primer, you guys, this is like, you probably have never taken a gut primer. Probably never. You maybe have taken a greens product. You maybe dropped a little bit of greens into a smoothie. That's not this. This is a comprehensive daily gastrointestinal primer. This is completely different. So talk about helping your body like flush out toxins, helping your body to kind of heal and seal the gut, helping your liver health to raise itself up because of what's in there, because of the fermented greens, but also the digestive enzymes and the alkaline spices. And so you've got turmeric in here, you've got ginger in here, you've got all those good things that we were just talking about. Okay, so I take a scoop of this every morning. I put it in cold water and I just down it like a liver gut shot, like a liver gut shot. That's what I do. Okay, and then this I just put on my tongue. I just already did these. Put this on your tongue, just like this. It has 5 strains in it. So that's the gut reset protocol. And then the last pillar, you guys, is the fat burner. And the testimonies that have come from this is when you're losing, you're targeting the visceral fat inside of you, because insulin resistance is causing the visceral fat. It's causing your fatty liver, and it's causing the fat around your organs. That's the visceral fat, but it's very dangerous. It's really dangerous because it's emitting like that. Like if you're on a submarine, beep, 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 beep. It's emitting inflammation and hormones. It's messing you up. So that visceral fat, this is where you lose the inches. So that's why when somebody does the total body reset like this, what happens is, and you can always message me. I will give you a customized cart. We can talk about what it is that you need, or maybe where you just only want to start. Perfect. I do this all the time. We can also jump on a phone call. But my point being that you can completely shift the way that your body is functioning from the inside out. And this is the total body reset always gets the best results, of course, but still, that's not to say that people don't get really, really good results with like just the trio. I have a bazillion testimonies from that alone. So anyway, but when people are saying, I lost weight, I lost inches, my A1C is down, I'm getting off of meds, whatever, they're giving themselves permission for a journey. Like, let's be honest about what it takes. This doesn't You don't fix your life in 21 days like you start a new habit in 21 days. These are people who are giving themselves opportunity for a journey, like my friend Claudette, who she was 74 last year, and in 5 months of doing this and paying attention to her food, she lost 45 pounds at 74. I mean, her every single voice message she sends me is, this is what's good in my life now. This is what's good in my life now. I'm not constipated. I don't take over-the-counter meds for my constipation. I've lost 45 pounds. My legs don't ache at night when I sleep anymore. She's just like a wealth of testimony, right? Or somebody who says, I've lost 3.5 inches right from underneath my bra, a couple of inches off my waist, an inch off my hips, within, like, let's say 90 days. That's where the orange pixie stick is coming from, the visceral fat burner. Okay. So I just want you to know that there are things that are available to you. You can change out your foods, ditch your sugar, your grains, and your legumes as an insulin resistant person so that you can stop spiking your sugars and calling on insulin. You can start to do dry brushing, going for a walk in the mornings, making sure that you're drinking electrolytes, etc. There are so many things you can do. And then if you want to accelerate your results, you're like, listen, I just don't have time anymore to be messing around. I've tried counting my points. I've tried this program. I've tried whatever. I'm already on 1 med. They want me on 2 more. I have something coming up this fall that I don't want to hide behind my sister-in-law again in the photos. I don't want to put the pillow on my lap anymore. Like, I want to feel normal. And that was my personal mind thought process all the time. I just want to be normal. And I don't know where that comes from in my own past, probably from my childhood. I was bribed to lose weight at about 11. My dad was an insulin dependent Italian man who was constantly sick or hospitalized or on dialysis or pacemaker, all of the things, surgeries. And there was so much obesity around me. And I always had a very disappointing look from my mother because I was always overweight. So probably that bore within me this feeling of, I just want to be normal. And so some of you really resonate with that. And you're like, me too. I just want to be normal too, whatever that means in our own heads. Okay. And my normal is not your normal. And I'm not trying to put that on anybody, because you know what? Society has taught us a lot of really bad things when it comes to body size and whatever. We've got to get healthy. We've got to get off of meds. We need to move our bodies. We need to build muscle, because guess what? We don't want to have weak legs or muscles or be compromised or living out side effects of meds when we're 80. That's not where I'm going. I'm 60. I'm not in competition with anybody else. And I just really don't have any desire whatsoever to not fully take advantage of every day that I have to be able to feel better. So if you just you want some food help or whatever, jump into the group. It's called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. We do a challenge every month. We just finished one, and the one that I just finished last week, all of the replays are up in the featured section of the group. Okay, so Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. If you want to accelerate your journey and you want to do 1, 2, or 3 pillars of the total body reset, reach out to me. Like, message me. I love that you guys message me. I just keep telling you to do that because this is working really well. You will message me and say something like, listen, I was on your live and you said that you would send me a customized cart. This is what I have going on. What do you think? And we talk about it. And then the last thing that I'll say before I jump off, Claudia, there's a sugar-free liquid IV. You're right. Is that good? You need to start to reset metabolism. You do not know where to start. You totally get the normal thing. You've tried to eat more protein and drink water. That's a good start, Claudia, isn't it? I would have to look at the liquid IV. I don't remember. So what I'll do is I will I'll go do a little bit of research on the different ones that are sugar-free and maybe kind of pick what I think has the best sweetener in it, or I guess I don't know. I haven't paid that much attention. I just, yeah, I'll go look for you. I'll go look for you. Because I'm not positive on which one. But the last thing that I will say is this. If you've stayed this long on my video and you are really wanting to do a little bit of acceleration, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can get paid to do it. And people need to know that, because our healthcare system, which is really a sick care system, our sick care system does not reward those who want to get healthy. You might get some reward from a company because they want lower insurance rates. So you might, like if you're working for a company and they reward you for exercising and doing things, but you cannot use your HSA on supplementation. You cannot submit your supplementation to your insurance company. But what you can do with me, through me, and the customer campaign program is when you purchase $150 a month for 3 months in a row, you get $75. You earn $75 on that third month. So when you choose a journey, doesn't it feel good that you'll actually get rewarded for being consistent and for actually prioritizing your own health? So I just want you to know that. Some of you are already on it. So like, just let that be a reminder too, right? And the protein thing that Claudia is talking about, I do have a protein blueprint that I put together. And because if you do not eat enough protein, you're not stabilizing your blood sugar. And I'm talking about protein that doesn't spike your sugars. You're not setting yourself up for weight loss. You're not setting yourself up for muscle retention. You're not setting yourself up for stabilized blood sugars. You're not setting yourself up for a lot of stuff. And that's not very fun. Because again, what do we want? We need muscle. At our age right now, this age group that we're in right now, we need to be prioritizing protein. So high protein, moderate, really good fats, and very, very low carbs. That's why no legumes. Legumes they will spike your sugars, and they are like 40 grams per cup. So easy to overeat on legumes. That's so interesting. I wonder why. There we go. Okay, so if you go to my site, it's my first last name, .com, Kirsten Liebelt, KirstenLiebelt. So Kirsten, like the American Girl doll. Liebelt, it looks like lie down, belt around your waist, .com, okay? This is what it looks like. It has my picture on there, and you will see this is a blueprint right here. It's free. You just enter in your information. It's free. And this is going to help you with the protein rule to understand a lean protein choice or a fat-forward protein choice. Because sometimes, especially when we are choosing like a ketogenic diet, sometimes we're just sabotaging ourselves all over the place because we're eating way too much fat, way too many calories. So I'm just like telling you the truth on that one, just telling you the truth. And come on, one more, there we go. And then right underneath there, just to let you know, okay, this one is for the egg white bread recipe. So if you've ever wondered how to make the egg white bread, that's how you make the egg white bread, okay? Because that is very high protein, and it's a great trade out for grain bread. It does not taste like wheat flour. Do not be confused, but I want you to have as many resources as you can have. So the blueprint, the egg white bread, the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, the free challenges. I want you to have as much as possible. You can read a little bit of my story right there, and then here you go. You want to see like where the trio is, or the total body reset, the gut reset protocol, those pieces, they're all there for you, okay? So you can just tap on any of those and then go, oh, God, I have questions, because like that was more information than I'm ready to take. My brain can't take in that information. Then scroll all the way down to the bottom. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Right there is a number for you to text me at. Hey, Kirsten, I was on your live today, and you said this, this, and this, and that confused me, or you said this, this, and this, and I want to take you up on that, you know, having a cart customized, or I've got this going on, or and I will walk you through that piece, but then we will walk journey together. So I personally think that if I would have had me, I know it's to be true. If I would have had me on the other side of a program like this, I would have cut my time in about an eighth because I was a turtle. Turtle. Patty, good to see you. Teresa, hello. Good to see you. All right, so tomorrow we'll be back at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be here or be square. Gotta say be there or be square. Be here or be here with no fear. There you go. I like it. Okay, so tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be right back here. If you need anything in the meantime, let me know. Kathy, what do you use to hold your meatloaf together instead of breadcrumbs or crackers? Excellent question, Kathy. So the meatloaf that I made in the group last week, pork panko. Do you guys know what that is? Pork panko. You're welcome, Teresa. You're welcome. It comes in fact, if you go, okay, we're going to go back to my site. I'm going to answer this before I jump off. Go back to my site, okay, my first last name.com, and right down here, that first button right there are the Amazon things that you can check out. And yes, I do make commission on because it's affiliate. So the ketogenic book, there's the egg white protein powder, so you can try it. If you've never tried it before, you can try it because this is it's only 8 ounces. It's very small. Maybe it's $14, $13.97. I don't know, but I wanted you to be able to have something so that you didn't feel like you were spending $30, $40 on a large amount of egg white protein, and it only has the one ingredient, so it'll whip. Anyway, my point being, go all the way down. Did I not put it on here? I'm telling you something that doesn't exist. I will look them up and find it out. I'll put it on there, but maybe I can just look it up for you quickly. You don't have to have my link to do it, right? So let's go pork panko, Panko. I'm going to show you the one that I get. See if I can find a picture. Here it is. This is the one that I get. And it's panko crumbs. All right, panko crumbs. And that's what I use instead of breadcrumbs in the meatloaf. So I hope that helps you. Yeah, because we're not going to do breadcrumbs. We're not going to do crackers. We are definitely not doing oatmeal because no grain, right? So good morning, Phyllis from Arkansas. Good to see you. Y'all are on here today. Look at you go. That's amazing. Prioritizing yourself. Look at you. Amazing. Makes me so happy. I had to learn this all by myself, right? You just have to prioritize yourself and not paying attention to anything else that anybody else is doing. So there you go. All right. Have the best day ever on the face of the planet. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 Central Standard Time. And if you need anything, let me know. All right. See you later.